an easy things. We need a lot of patience, we need a lot of energy. But being a teacher is also have a fun things when we know how to deal with those challenges or how to face those challenges with a happy heart and more detail. So I am Upia Madayami from class ES English Education student at the State Islamic University of Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung would like to tell you about how to deal with different types of young learner and principle of TYL. Okay, everyone, children have different ways of learning, and every student characteristic directly related to the study result between one to another. It's like intelligence, motivation, ideas, perception, and attitude. Besides that, the student have different capabilities in studying and learning. So, we as a teacher have know about the type of learner. So today, I will tell you 5 types of young learner and how to deal with them. The first one is active learner and passive learner. Active learner are usually students who have a lot of courage to express themselves in the learning process. Active learner are students who are able to collaborate with people around them, with teachers, with their friends, and active learner like things that make them move and express something. While passive learner are students who have individual characteristics. Sometimes they know what the teacher teach or what the teacher is saying, but they can't express it. So we, as a teacher, we have to prefer many activities like some game or something that can make them interesting to study and make them discussion between active learner and passive learner. And don't forget, the teacher have to clearly see the connection between what they are doing in class and what they are supposed to learn. The second one is slow learner and fast learner. The other thing to remember is that fast learner can adopt know-it-all state of mind and can soon be lazy. On the other hand, slow learner may be hard workers and will do whatever it takes to find the answer. Fast learners can find things too easy and cut corners with process as well. And how to help slow learners? The teacher can create a healthy atmosphere at school and also in the community. The teacher's first responsibility is to build up confidence amongst these learners, make them believe that they are not less important than the fast learner. Be patient and consistent with slow learners. And the third is auditory learner. This type learn through listening to what others have to say and talking about what they are learning. They are also more likely attention is split and then remember information by talking aloud, need to have things explained orally, and may have trouble with written instruction, talk to themselves while learning something new, and enjoy discussion group over working alone, like dialogue internally and externally. Auditory learners may look like they are not paying attention when you talk them, but their listening skill are more developed than their visual skill. And the fourth is visual learner. Visual learner, as their name suggests, these people learn through watching. It's believed to be the most dominant learning style, and many traditional classrooms are geared toward the visual learner. For their learning to make sense, they need to be able to see, visually illustrate their knowledge, skills, and concepts. Visual learning characteristics include like regularly and pay attention to everything, require child overview, objective, and capturing detail, liking to write the interaction, or see them demonstrate. Telling this learner how to do something may not make sense to them at all, they need to see it. Next, remembering visual details and doodling while listening. Paraphrasing, see what they are learning, and needing to have paper and pens handy. The last is kinesthetic learning. Kinesthetic learner, this learner like to be actively involved in the learning process and learn best through hands-on activities and movement. Other kinesthetic characteristics are they give and go and see, learning by doing something, often with their hands, like to touch things in order to learn about them, what to actually do whatever is being talked about or learned, and the last, remember even by recalling who did what rather than who said what. Based on the explanation, both students have different style of learning so that the teacher can find and combine and adapt the teaching style. After we know about the difference of style learner, so we next to principle of TEYL. There are four principles of TEYL. The first one is implicit learning. Implicit learning is the learning of complex information in an intentional manner, without awareness of what has been learned. The result of implicit learning is implicit knowledge in the form of abstract, but possibly instanted representation rather than verbatim or aggregated representation. And scholars have drawn similarities between implicit learning and implicit memory. For example, is from daily life, like learning how to ride a bicycle or how to swim, are cited as demonstration of the nature of implicit learning and its mechanism. The second one is contextual learning. Contextual learning is based on constructive theory of teaching and learning. Learning takes place when the teacher are able to present information in such a way that students are able to construct meaning based on their own experience. Contextual learning has the following characteristics like emphasizing problem solving, recognizing that teaching and learning need to occur in multiple contexts. The second one is assisting students in learning how to monitor their learning and thereby become self-regulate learner. And the third, encouraging students to learn from each other. And four, anchoring teaching in the deserved life context of student. And the last, employing authentic assessment. The third is meaningful learning. Meaningful learning is learning that is both relevant to students' life and aims to achieve deep understanding through the contextualization of the knowledge with prior knowledge and experience. Let's look at the picture. Muscularly definition of meaningful learning include two key features. First, the content being learner need to relatable to students' life, and the second one is student need to be able to connect and compare the new information to prior knowledge. The last is learner-centered. Learner-centered teaching method shift the focus of activity from the teacher to the student or to the learners. The method includes the active learning, in which students solve problems, answer questions, formulate questions of their own, discuss, explain, debate, or brainstorm during class. The second is cooperative learning, in which students work in team on problems and projects under conditions that assure both positive independence and individual accountability. And the last is inductive teaching. Inductive teaching and learning in which students are first presented with challenges. Inductive method include inquiry-based learning, case-based instruction, problem-based learning, project-based learning, and discovery learning, and just-in-time teaching. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for your good attention. I'm so sorry if there are some many mistakes from my speaking just now. See you and bye everyone.